Let's look at this example where we have a rational function that does not have a vertical asymptote. So let's consider the function y equals x squared plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 1. Let's start off by stating the domain. The domain is what? It's all real numbers except x equals 1. I can write all real numbers, take away the set 1. B, simplify the function. Well, what do I mean by that? The numerator factors. So we get x plus 2 times x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. And we see pretty clearly that we can cancel out. So this is equal to x plus 2, but still we need the same domain. X does not equal 1. What we could notice about this function is that if we put 1 in the denominator, we get 0. That's why I'm saying the domain doesn't have the number x equals 1, because when I put 1 in the denominator, I get 1 minus 0. I get 1 minus 1 equals 0. So we're not allowed to divide by 0. That's why 1 doesn't work. But also, if you put 1 into the numerator, you can calculate 1 squared plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. We can see it over here. 1 minus 1 is 0. So that x equals 1 makes the denominator equal 0, but the numerator equals 0. And because x equals 1 makes the numerator 0, x minus 1 is a factor, and we get that cancellation. So now, let's move on to sketching the graph. So the graph, or the function, is x squared plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 1, but that's equal to x plus 2, where x is not equal to 1. Now y equals x plus 2 is a line. It has slope 1, and y-intercept 2. However, x equals 1 is not in the domain. So for y equals x plus 2, if I put in 1 for x, I get 1 plus 2 is 3. And what I need to do is I need to put a hole in the graph there to show that that point is missing. Okay, that is the point 1, 3. So this is a sort of a special case, but it's an important case. When you have a rational function and I see, okay, x equals 1 is not on the domain, so I start thinking, okay, well, I suppose there might be a vertical asymptote, but there isn't. And the reason is because x equals 1 is also a 0 for the numerator, which means x minus 1 is a factor, and we get cancellation. The graph has a hole in it, like this. Just to make it even better, it's important I put that open circle to show that that point is not on the graph.